All right. Hello. Welcome, everybody. I am Amira, your Minister of Justice and Witness for Clackamas United Church of Christ, and I am with my young, sweet, amazing friend, Natalia. Hi, how are you?
Hello, I'm good.
Good. So I just wanted to kind of tell people how I know you. Your mom is a friend of mine. We met a couple years ago in Canby, and we did a lot of activist stuff together, a lot of working together, just trying to bring awareness to the LGBTQ community, specifically the trans community. Um, and I met you through her. And what stands out to me with you is your activism, and how bold you are, and how some of the stuff that I post on my page, I share from your page. And some of the stuff I'm like, oh my God, that's so bold. How can you be so young and so bold? And so that's why I just wanted to kind of talk to you, to get to know you a little bit and to find out where the heck did you get that from? Like, let's start with just who you are, how old you are. Um, just tell us a little bit about you.
So my name's Natalia. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm 21. I grew up in Canby, the community that Amira was just talking about. And I grew up in a very white town. Canby's Yamby is very white. But I grew up in a very diverse area. Like all of my neighbors looked like me, and that's something that a lot of people didn't experience. I'm so lucky to have had that and to have had like strong role models. And my mom's one of them. Like, she definitely helped me cultivate like my identity and like who I am, being like mixed. Like, I'm half Mexican and I'm half white. And she really helped me be proud of that instead of, like I have friends who experience a lot of like internalized racism from um, just being in Canby. And I just was lucky to have good role models and people who, fought for my rights and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I have a couple questions for you. I'm going to get to them right now, if you don't mind.
Of course.
Okay. So the first question that I have is, do you want to elaborate, or is that basically it? The first question I had is, where do you get the deep passion from? Because it's not
Well,
like, yeah, you're not a regular like 21-year-old. Like, the stuff you post is like very serious and deep, and you're not playing around. How do you
yeah.
get that boldness?
Well, I, okay, so like when I was a kid, like my dad is very Mexican, very like machista, like women do this, men do this. And like literally from when I was a kid, I'd be like, no, I'm not. I'd be like, this is not fair. Just because I'm a girl does not mean I need to wash the dishes. And like, I'd call him out. I'd be like, Dad, that's sexist. He'd be like, no, that's how it is. I'd be like, no,
No.
that's not it. And that's probably like, that's like the American culture, like going against like sexism and misogyny. And that's where it bloomed, you know, getting
That's
my
awesome.
dad mad.
Yeah. Right on. What does your dad think of? I don't know I don't know your dad. I've never met him, but what does he think of you now as
um,
a 21-year-old woman?
well, he's like, oh, I'm proud of you. And um honestly, the like Mexican community is very, very racist, very homophobic, very sexist. And he's I had to talk to him about like the Black Lives Matter movement, and because he was like, yeah, in Portland it's getting crazy with all the black people. And I was like, Dad, hold up. I was like, no. I was like, you need to take a step back and you need to look at your family and your relatives and the mistakes that they've made. And you can't have those ideas and and not reflect on like your own family and the people in your lives.
Uh,
And he was like, wow, like, so much. Like, he's like, you have such an interesting perspective. And I was just like, I it's just, that's how it is. Like, you can't just judge people. You can't just make assumptions like that.
Yeah, yeah. Do you ever get scared about retaliation for being so bold?
Sometimes, yeah. I definitely, um, like, on social media, it's not as bad because I could have like private accounts, but I do get nervous like when I say something like in the different like Facebook groups, like some of the smaller town ones, like if I say something like I get a little nervous, like if they recognize me when I'm out and about, like I'm gonna say anything, I'm gonna do anything.
Mhm.
And like having like signs on my car like pride flags or like Black Lives Matter flags, like I've had like friends be like advise me like be careful with that, like people can make you a target because of that, and I'm like,
I know, it's that thing. Like, yeah, I have a sign in my yard. This is hate does not belong here. And I have a F racism sticker on my car, and it does scare me. And my dad, the day that they were leaving, I was putting the sign in the front yard, and he said, it's gonna make you a target. So even my dad was like, be careful. So it is pretty scary, but at the same time, when you have passion in your heart, it kind of outweighs the fear. So I definitely relate to you on that level. Um, the next question is, do you ever feel rejected by like really close friends, or have you been rejected in the last, since all of the George Floyd stuff happened? Have you lost friends or people?
you know I haven't like, nobody's come up to me and been like, I completely disagree with you, we're not friends anymore. I've been the one to go up to people and be like, are you serious? Like, are you is this real? Like, is this how you really feel? And my problem is people who, like, I have really close friends that I love and really care for, but I can't like be friends with them because of who they're friends with, or because of their lack of, like, not necessarily their lack of like activism, but like their lack of caring. Like, it just doesn't affect them. And I just can't have people in my life who don't care about these things. Like, if you can't say like Black Lives Matter, or you are gonna like disagree with that, it's like, how can you be somebody who says like you care about it? It's always the people who like love everybody and like
Yeah.
care for everybody who are like, I disagree with that. And it's like, no, that's not how that works. That is, like, explain to me how you can say you love everybody but you can't say Black Lives Matter. Like, that doesn't equal, that doesn't work, and it doesn't make sense. And those are the people that are just people that I've like lost touch with, kind of. And
Mhm.
they're not necessarily posting or like talking about things like badly, like they're not like criticizing anything. It's just like their lack of awareness and their lack of caring. It's like, how can you, I don't know, for me to like try to be an activist, or for me to try to be an ally or advocate, like I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You took the words right out of my soul. It's really hard to think of. For me, I've lost personal people in my life, like a lot of them. And it's really hard to try to explain to even my family. Like, they're like, what are you doing? These are people you've known. And I'm like, I can't. Like, even if I wanted to pretend like I could, I can't. Because if you don't have, if this stuff doesn't bother you, like our relationship would be fake. I would be like a robot or something weird, because I'd just be looking at you like this.
Yeah.
You'd be like, why are you staring at me? Like, I just can't. So,
Yeah. Like, how can you love somebody and be okay with them being hurt, or, be okay with somebody hurting them? And like, that's something that came up a lot, like over the past few weeks of like the election. Like, I had friends who would like talk about that, and I'd be like, no, you cannot say you're my friend and vote for somebody that will hurt me. You cannot be my friend and vote for somebody that will hurt the people I love and care about. Like that, like, I can't call those people my friends if I'm friends with you. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
it's weird. People don't understand that correlation. It's really baffles my mind. This next question, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Yeah, so I'm studying to be an elementary school teacher, and that is really exciting. I actually graduate in the spring. And I'm not sure. Like, I want to be a teacher and I'm really excited about that. But at the same time, like, I feel like there's more that I need to do than just being in the classroom. Although, yes, like, the classroom is crucial, and like working with students and like children are our future. Like, they're gonna, be
Yeah.
looking at stuff in a few years. But there's some serious changes that need to happen. Like, I had a class where we were reading a book, and in the book there were undocumented people. Like, it was about undocumented people, and one of my classmates referred to them as illegal immigrants, and I was like, no, hold up. I was like, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. And it just kind of like made me realize like how almost cultivated like the ignorance is through higher education. And like, that's something that really needs to change. Like, how can you serve students and not be aware of terminology that can harm them, or like not understand what they're going through. I mean, like, not understand what they're going through, but not like be able to identify and like call it what it is. So I don't know. I'm gonna be a
Yeah.
teacher, but I want to help shift that, because I can't. Like, I don't know. It's weird to like have these people in my classes and I know they're going to be in classrooms. And although in that class I was able to, have that thing fixed, like that term fixed, but that was one classroom of like 40 people, in
Right.
a world of teachers who are probably trying, like, think they're saying the right thing and aren't.
Yeah, for sure. I think you could definitely do both. You can be an amazing teacher, which I think is amazing. We need more teachers of color. And students will be so blessed to have you as an educator for them. But I also think you could, make a little spin with it and educate the teachers around you and educate people around you in the school system to, systemic racism and what to say and what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. You could do it all. You could do both. Okay, last question. What is your superpower?
Ooh, that's a good question. I I kind of, I don't know. I think my superpower is definitely my voice. I definitely like, I love like having conversations like this, and I love being able to like try to help people understand things. And I mean, like, I'm gonna be a teacher, I'm gonna be using
Yeah.
my voice for the rest of my life.
Yes.
Um, but my other superpower is I can fly.
Oh, you can fly. Nice.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about that.
So, I can just see things like from above and like try to like recognize what's going on and try to swoop in and help when I can. And, just be able to feel the air and feel the breeze and like feel what's going on around me, and then, sense where the danger is, and then go.
Right on. Well, let me just tell you, I plan on adding, activism and like doing anti-racism work professionally. That's like what I'm working toward that. And if you ever want to be a partner in something with me, I would love to have you. Your voice is
Oh,
amazing and powerful, and I look forward just to watching you grow. And I appreciate you and think that you're just great.
thank you so much. You are so sweet. And Amira, you are incredibly inspiring, and you are amazing. And like, whenever I see your posts, like, you're just so authentic in everything that you say and do. And I really admire that about you.
Ditto, ditto. Like I said, I've stolen a few of your posts. Like, if she can be this bold, I can be this bold. So you are inspiring this 42-year-old woman. You are on a daily basis. So that's why I was like, oh, I gotta interview this young, inspiring person. So thank you. And I appreciate you for everything that you do for the community. and for Black Lives Matter and for everything. And I look forward to seeing you again in person.
Yes, yes.
Right. Have an amazing day.
Thank you. You as well.
Okay. Bye.